Hey, everybody, welcome to another awesome edition. It's Monday night here on the Omnibus Collectors Network. It's your boy Geo here petitioning for an Inhumans Omnibus. I'm one part of a larger collective that is Omnibros Live, and I'm joined by the always awesome comics guy. Lou, how you doing, man?
So, man, how's it going?
Doing okay. It's been a tiring day, but I'm in good spirits.
Same.
So welcome everybody. Everybody in the chat is it's pretty busy tonight, which is great. A lot of people tuning in. That's always wonderful. And tonight we're going to be talking about hauls, reads, and of course previews for this week. Some pretty interesting stuff coming out. I'm looking forward to a couple things. I'm trying to budget myself and not go crazy with that, but there are a lot of cool books that I'm like, yeah, I kind of need that. So we're going to get into that in a little bit. But first, let me remind you guys that this show is, of course, sponsored by the fine folks of In Stock Trades, your home for all things collected editions, whether it's an omnibus, a trade paperback, even manga. You find it at InStockTrades.com, the official sponsor of Omnibros and all your favorite collected editions. Last week, we had those awesome deals right here. That are still available. You can grab those omnis and trades and all that stuff. You can get some cool manga at discount, 30% off, 50% off, 48, all good stuff. Here's Gotham Central, the Snow Edition 2022. Doctor Strange, the Jason Aaron stuff. You just watched that movie that came out. You can get this book, this awesome omni. All that fun stuff at In Stock Trades. Fantastic customer service and wonderful packaging. InStockTrades.com. Again, let me remind you that they are the official sponsor of Omnibros Live. They got all the good deals, great packaging, great service. If you order $50 or more, you get free shipping, extra 2% to that, loyalty discounts, as they say. So if you get a deal like this one, the Batman Dark Knight Detective Volume 6 at 50% off, you can get it for 50%.
Oh.
That's all available. Yeah.
Oh, we lost you for a second there.
InStockTrades.com, your official sponsor of Omnibros Live. You get awesome deals. There you go. Sorry about the internet. Yeah, I'm just going to leave the banner on as a sorry, IST. I don't have control over my internet, but it sometimes gets wacky out of the blue.
Yeah.
So, how's everybody doing tonight? Any questions that you guys might have, let me know in the comment section, and I'll highlight them as best as I can. Yeah. Who's read the Thor Volume 1 Omni by Aaron, and how good is it? I haven't read the Omnibus, but I read it when it came out, and I have the oversized hardcovers, and they're fantastic. I think it is the modern, definitive Thor story for everybody to check out, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, that I'm in the same boat as you. I read that in floppies as it was coming out because that run was so good. I had to read it monthly. The Dark Elf stuff for me is kind of it's kind of not that great. But after the Dark, because you start with the God Butcher arc, and then you go into like a Malekith story, which felt kind of shoehorned in because at the time Thor: The Dark World was coming out, so it almost felt like, well, Jason Aaron's got to write a Malekith story to kind of tie in with Thor: The Dark World. So he did that, and then he jumps right back into the God Butcher stuff again, which is so fucking good. It's so good.
Yeah, there you go. Pup agrees with that. Lionheart, what's up, everybody? Tuning in. Cool. Yeah. No spoilers, please. Still got Moon Knight 6 to see. Yeah, don't spoil stuff in the chat. Not everybody's up to date with stuff. Kenny, thank you for joining. Geo, do you think we will get more Superman collected editions like the Omnis for classic runs and some past the death and return of Superman? I do think we will get them, but I don't think they'll fast track that. I think it'll be a long while, but they have a chaotic plan. DC Collected Editions department, but give me one quick second. I'll be right back. Let me fix the whole thing. I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah. So do you think we'll get more Superman collector editions like new omnibuses of classic runs? And yeah. I think it's just a matter of time. The way things are in comics, especially lately, is that everything is circular. It's that nothing is ever completely out of print anymore. It's not like it used to be where we go years and years and years with it being out of print. It seems like the publishers realize, oh, there's money to be made. So yeah, let's just repackage some of this stuff over and over again. I mean, how many times have we gotten the Sandman, Watchmen, classic runs? We still haven't gotten a fucking John Byrne omnibus, which I don't understand why for that Superman story. But
even this, Jeff Johns, everything he wrote, it's mostly been collected at Omnis. Hawkman, Green Lantern, Aquaman, JSA, no Superman. That's weird.
Yeah, it's weird. It is kind of weird. It almost seems like for collected editions, they're kind of staying away from soups for a while. Maybe they, I don't
know. This is very important, guys. James, Geo, any update on Morrigan? Has it shipped off yet? No, it got delayed. It was scheduled for April, the statue, and now it's scheduled for July. I had it pre-ordered through, what was it? Ami, but I canceled and I got it through BBTS instead. And so if it's Ami on July, I suspect BBTS will probably do like August. So it's all good for the wallet, actually, that it's being delayed. So I don't mind it. But eventually I'll get it, and you will know when I get it. Trust me.
You know what will be bad for your wallet?
What?
Oh, damn it! I can't say it. Never mind. It's technically spoilers. I can't say it.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Give me some time, and we can get back to that spoiler.
Okay.
And the Senti Double D run confirmed. I don't know about that. Is that a thing? I don't know.
I don't know. I know and Senti's run has kind of been met with mixed reviews.
Shocked we don't have a Superman by Dan Jurgens. How many Omnis does Superman have? Just 3, right? 4 if you count Super Sons. You got Death on Return, Exiled, whatever, Super Sons, which technically it's about the Superman family, and the Tomasi Superman Rebirth. 4 Omnis for the OG superhero. That's kind of weird.
For arguably the greatest superhero of all time, they've got 4 omnibuses.
Meanwhile, Deadpool has a billion of them.
It's not even get started with Batman.
Yeah. Next to Maginot, would you be willing to now disclose what that unnamed manga that reappeared at Right Stuff? Whoa, you held on to that. That's awesome. I totally forgot about that conversation. That happened on the Thursday manga show. A manga that I really wanted, actually 2 volumes, came back in stock after ages. So I said, I'm not going to say what it is because then you guys are going to pick it up. And then when I get to it, when I have the time to actually buy it, it's going to sell out again. But, excuse me, I actually did get it. One of them was Vagabond, which I showed off on the channel. And the other was, Happiness, Volume 6 from Oshimi. And so I got that. A good friend of the channel, Riley, did a solid for me and got it, and was going to ship it over and all that stuff.
That's cool. See, that stuff is always cool when you get stories like that.
Yeah, baby. And Kenny is super happy. I wanted to highlight that earlier. Just got a brand new Vizio V Series 50-inch 4K TV with Dolby Vision and HDR 10 plus HLG, and I love it. Congrats, my dude. That's awesome.
Hey, congrats, man. That's cool.
I need to get a new TV eventually because I accidentally punched mine by mistake. and it's not doing that great. But miraculously, it's still damaged, but it kind of fixed most of the pixels by itself recently. So now it's looking almost like it did back before I hit it. And if you're wondering why I hit the television, it's kind of embarrassing. I was playing with my Oculus Quest 2, the VR, and I totally forgot that I had set the perimeter to a certain area. And a game I was playing was very disorienting because you keep moving and your layout changes as you move. So I forgot that like I was supposed to face this way. So I was actually walking to the side and moving closer to the TV. I threw a punch with the controller and I felt like I hit something solid. I'm like, is that the TV? And then I took off the headset. I'm like, oh, ouch. Nothing happened at that point. But then months later, I got the result and I had a really nice long line of dead pixels. Ooh. And it started like jittering to a point where the whole TV was jittering, the whole screen, but then it just stopped recently. So now I'm like, okay, keep holding on until I get more money to get a new TV. Stay like that, please.
Yeah, no, I did the upgrade about a month ago for I've got a 75 in the living room, OLED.
Nice.
Yeah, with all the bells and whistles and all that stuff. I wanted a future proof, so I wanted to have the VRR, the 2.1 ports, and all that other stuff. So,
what brand? Over the Sony, LG?
Yeah, I always trust LG with OLEDs.
Okay. Emerald Twilight Omnibus. More Green Lantern Omnis. That would be great too. I'm trying to hold out for affordable high refresh rate 4K TVs. Not sure if it will be worth it.
I mean,
I'm not an expert on that. Sorry.
I'd be biased, but yeah, I think it's totally worth it now that both the systems support VRR. So VRR is great. I love it. I love it when playing Miles Morales and all those games now.
Speaking of Miles Morales, Hayden grabbed the Saladin Ahmed Miles Omni over the weekend. Still need to finish the second Bendis one first, though. Nice. I thought it took me a minute because I read that and I said, Saladin Ahmed Miles, who is that? And like, oh, Miles Morales. Gotcha.
How have you read any of that? I've heard it's not bad.
Saladin, no. The other stuff, yes. All good stuff. But I haven't read Ahmed's run.
Yeah, he's a pretty solid writer. He's not. I mean, so far I haven't read anything where I'm like, man, this is fucking amazing. But I've never read anything where I went, this isn't good. He's a good writer.
I think the only thing I've read from Ahmed would be Black Bolt, and he worked on Miss Marvel, I want to say.
He did.
Kamala Khan?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
I think I'd like that. But I prefer Black Bolt over it, though.
You really love this Black Bolt stuff, though.
It's awesome. The character had never had a solo series, so that was really good. Gio, have you seen Batman yet? Yes, I did. I didn't universally love it like everybody else, but I did enjoy it. I had a fun time watching it. I dug it. I think it was a little too long, though. Like it was at that one, like the 2 hour and 30 minutes. I'm like, okay, you guys can start wrapping up now. But no, we had another 30 freaking minutes to the thing.
Yeah, no, I really like that movie. I think like I told you, I think my favorite part is that he's the Riddler turns out to be a YouTuber. Basically.
Oh, he's a YouTuber. All he needed was asking for subs and likes.
And pandering to certain demographics, right? We know certain people like that.
Gia, have you seen Doctor Strange 2? No. I'm not going to say anything about it, but no, I haven't seen it. Sorry to evade this conversation. Eventually, you'll hear me talk about it, but I know what you're talking about because that was spoiled to me. Thank you, Internet.
Yeah. That was
so. Yeah. Actually, there were articles, and Marvel themselves spoiled it for everybody. Mm-hmm. And then they did the TV trailer, and that spoiled it even further. And at that point, I just didn't care anymore. So eventually, I'll watch it and rave about it with you guys. I'm not sure if you guys are interested in my conversations on it. I'm not going to make a whole stream about that movie because we already had a discussion on it last Friday, but I'll talk about it eventually. Because I got some thoughts.
And honestly, I talked about it on Friday and I talked about it on Sunday. So it's nothing.
You're done with the Multiverse of Madness.
I'm so fucking done with Multiverse of Madness. So it's nothing. Look, it's nothing against you guys if I don't answer your questions regarding it or anything like that. But there's literally almost a 2-hour show on Friday, and Gabe and I did almost a 2-hour show yesterday for Patreon talking about this movie. Damn. I'm all fucking done with Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah. I will say they did my boy Shuma Gorath dirty. I hated that interpretation.
Yeah.
Sadly, his Kamala run was one that fell victim to the pandemic. I'm going to assume that you meant pandemic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
More Western omnis. That'd be fun. Sergeant Fury, Millie. I don't know about Millie the model. Just saying. That's just me. But yeah, sure. Whatever omnis you guys want, I am all there. I'm rooting for you guys to get it. And I hope at some point you guys root for the freaking Inhumans omnibus. When the polls open and they're asking, what omnibus do you want? I hope you guys remember poor old me and write down an Inhumans Omni. Just saying.
Be specific about the Omni.
Oh, the Silver Age.
Yes.
I don't care about the modern stuff because you can get that in trades, oversized hardcover, none of that. Give me old school stuff in oversized format.
You know, I always forget how long Charles Soule's run went on for the Inhumans. He wrote them for a while. It was a beefy run.
Yeah. It was. I have that in trades, and there's quite a few, like 6 or 7 of them.
Yeah. I've always wanted Hickman to take a crack at him. I think because he writes them.
In the Fantastic Four run, he did a lot of Inhuman stuff.
He did a lot of Inhuman stuff on him, but I wanted just a dedicated Hickman run on Inhumans.
Yeah. Oh, Raphael, ready now for Top Gun and Obi-Wan. I wasn't sold on Top Gun until the recent stuff happened in the CinemaCon screening where everybody just went nuts for the movie. Mm-hmm. And then I saw the trailer again, and then I played the Gaga theme song, which was awesome. So I'm fully on board for this, and I am super psyched. Mm-hmm. And Obi-Wan, of course, come on, Star Wars. I'm going to watch it. And we're going to talk about Obi-Wan in this channel, so don't worry.
Dude, Obi-Wan looks so good. Oh my god.
It looks like a freaking movie.
It looks so good. Yeah. I am so ready to watch 6 episodes of Space Jesus.
I don't watch trailers for movies, period. It depends on the trailer. If it's a superhero stuff, I kind of already know what I'm getting myself into because it's Cape and Cows, and I've read most of the stuff that's being put out in movies, so I don't mind watching the trailers. But I do know, they tend to spoil stuff. I am aware of that. But if it's I don't know, like the Obi-Wan stuff, I'm good with the one teaser, and that's it. But for superheroes, because I know them so well for so many years reading about them and being a fan, I'm good. I mean, we've all read the stories. There's nothing that could surprise us.
Yeah, I mean, I have picked up more of I'm just going to watch the first teaser, and I'll be good. For Love and Thunder, I've mentioned this 1,000 times already, but I won't be watching any more trailers because I'm good. I'm good with that first trailer.
Plus, we're all of us here, all of you guys watching, you're gonna see the movie eventually. It's not like they're trying to buy you to a seat on the theater. All of you are going to see the movie because we're all comic book fans. So that's why I don't care about the trailers because I'm already sold on them. I'm still gonna watch the MCU movies, the DC movies, whatever, blah blah blah. That's just my thoughts. I do want to mention though, where was it? I don't know, whatever. I'm sorry. Moving on. The Rock just posted a new BTS image of him as Black Adam. Dude looks amazing. I cannot wait. I'm a fan of The Rock, so I can't wait that way.
He looks so good. And I honestly just love the fact that, you know how all these guys have padded super suits and stuff like that. They try to do it with The Rock. And The Rock showed up, and The Rock was like, "Just take the fucking padding out of the suit. I don't need it."
I don't know how Shazam is gonna win against Black Adam. Honestly,
You know what? I love Shazam. I got nothing but love for Zachary Levi, but Zachary Levi need to hit the gym
Yeah.
hard.
like tomorrow.
Yeah.
Start now. Lou, are you going to MegaCon in Orlando this year?
Nah, bro. I'm not even in Orlando anymore. I don't live in Orlando anymore.
That's
so the trip to Orlando is just it's about 4 hours away from me right now. And listen, I was doing before I moved to Miami, when I was just dating my now wife, I would do the trip from Orlando to Miami every other week.
I remember that.
You remember that, right? That was 4 hours every other week
Wow.
from Orlando to Miami, and then I would leave Monday morning at 4 in the morning to make the trip back to go to work, straight to work. I never want to do that trip again, and I'm gonna do it I'm gonna do it next weekend because my daughter's birthday was this past weekend, but we're going to Disney next weekend for it.
Nice. Are you gonna do the Galaxy's Edge thing?
Yes. So they just opened the new Guardians of the Galaxy ride too, right?
I
In
don't
Orlando?
know. I don't know. Let me check.
What park is that in? I'm
Epcot.
gonna need to do that.
Epcot.
Oh, it's Epcot.
It opens May 27th, 2022.
Fuck.
Yeah. So you barely so you're going on next week you're going?
This weekend. No, this weekend. I'm going.
Yeah,
Yeah,
by
but-
2 weeks. You could have gone. But you live nearby ish, so it's possible at a later time you can go. What will come first, Inhumans, Omnis, or the out? Why are you putting this out there on the universe, James? Now that you said this, and now that I'm reading it, Alf is going to get a damn omnibus before the Inhumans.
Oh, that would just be painful.
I'd quit streaming. Be like, bye everybody.
That would be something Omar would do just to fuck with you on purpose.
Yeah, like he secretly has an axe to grind with me and be like, let's make it happen.
Mm.
But I do think, not necessarily an Omni, but I do think those Alf comics should get at least a trade or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about an omnibus. Nobody cares. But I think it'd be fun to collect it just out of novelty, and maybe when a big anniversary comes for Alf or something like that, that'd be pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like an epic collection or a complete collection. Sorry, for Alf. I could see it happening.
Oh yeah, there's an audience there that would buy it.
Oh yeah. I mean, people buy Darkhawk comics.
Oh Jesus!
They'll
Christ.
buy anything. I'm kidding. Don't get upset, gang. The Avatar 2 trailer was great because it showcased the cool visuals while telling us not a dang thing. It looks awesome, but I hate, and I told Lou in the chat this morning, I had forgotten how much I hate the character designs for the aliens. And this movie, I looked at it, I'm like, I can't get down with these aliens. I'm sorry. I don't like a single character design. Maybe what's her name? The female lead.
Natiri?
Zoe Saldana.
Natiri?
Yeah. Maybe her design is cool, but everybody else just looks so dorky. I don't like it at all. I'm sorry.
Wow. No, I love it. I mean, look, say what people want to say. Technically, it's gonna be fucking impressive as shit.
Oh, yes, it does look amazing. The water stuff and the visuals and the graphics, I am 100% on board on that, and I think it's going to do great. It's just an aesthetic level that I don't like the character designs.
Yeah, no. This is one where I will definitely spring for the IMAX 3D, the biggest screen possible experience to watch this.
Oh yeah. Anything exciting from Free Comic Book Day? I have some of the free issues to try to get current. I heard about the MJ stuff, Mary Jane, that she something happened to her. Spoilers. I'm not going to say what it is, but I did read about it regarding the X-Men, which I thought was weird. But I haven't followed single issues in a while, years. Sorry, if I read something digital, if I read a single issue, sorry, it's a digital copy or something like that. But I haven't gone to a comic book store in ages.
Yes, sir. I
Can't wait
don't.
for Kenobi.
I
Yeah,
don't partake in comic book stores. My comic book store days are way behind me. You know, diving in back issues and all that. It's just not for me.
I think I told a story on this channel. I had a local shop that was like 5 or 10 minutes away from me, and they went bankrupt. I
Ooh.
was their last customer. The
Oh.
day that they were closing, I was there to say goodbye to everybody because I had been buying there for like 3 years or 4,
Mm-hmm.
and it you were already closing. You could have given me stuff for free, like some promotional items, but instead they're like, no, that's gonna be like $5. I'm like, dude, come on, it's a freaking poster thing. But I bought some figures and random comics or whatever. So I was their last customer. The owner, it was co-owned by 2 people. One of them I was friends with, the other, and he did some very poor financial decisions, and that store just tanked in less than a year. As soon as the problem started, I think it lasted like 4 months before it just went downhill.
When did
Overspending and doing a lot of extravagant things, and it was a mess.
let me guess, buying stupid variants and just buying products that weren't moving?
One of the especially statues and stuff, and they would get collected editions, but for some reason everybody in my area has never been into collected editions. They have the mentality to buy floppies, but they've never been into omnis and epics and all that stuff. But one thing that I can quickly say before we move on to something else, one silly decision that they made was to host. You guys might remember the Halloween event that comic book shops do.
Yeah.
Halloween Fest or whatever. I don't know. Instead of doing it in store, the owner decided to take everything, all the inventory, and go like a couple towns over, which would be like an hour drive to a hotel, and invite some fancy cosplayers and celebs. You lost all your local fan base, and I think they were like $14,000 in debt as a result, because they spent a lot of money doing that move. And when they came back, they didn't have the money to get the weekly shipments. So everything started getting backlogged. And eventually, there's a weekly delay. 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I remember at some point during Christmas, I want to say 2016, something like that, 15, I don't know. They were like a month and a half behind on orders. So my pull list had nothing. Like one floppy, I'm like, okay. God. So I would enter the store and I would leave, and nobody would buy anything. And eventually it just kept going further and further until they tanked.
So there's no Mile High or Torpedo or anything like that in Puerto Rico? Or is it mostly just little boutique shops, basically?
There's a famous store in San Juan that I've been there a couple times, a couple random signings for comic writers and artists. I don't know. I'm out of the scene. I have no idea if there are more shops around. Probably like less than 6 total, which is pretty bad. Does PR ever have conventions or celebrities there for appearances? Yeah, they do.
Dude, I just found out. Because I live on a pretty popular street. I just found out that they opened up a game shop, not video games or anything, but like card games, board games, and stuff like that, within 3 minutes walking distance from my house, and the place looks nice. It looks really nice. So summer's coming up. I might get the bug, and I might hit a Magic the Gathering night or something like that. It's been a minute, so
I have to admit, for a couple weeks now, I keep looking at random TikToks and YouTubers, or not YouTubers, Twitch streamers, unboxing Pokemon cards. And slowly but surely, what's the oh my gosh, I'm such a fake nerd. What was the worm, the Shazam worm? I keep forgetting his name.
Doctor something, right?
That little
Yeah,
caterpillar looking
yeah, I know
dude.
what you're talking about.
He's just sitting on my shoulder, just FOMOing me into buying that stuff. And I kind of want to get a deck and actually learn to play the thing. But I have nobody to play it with, so I would just be collecting the cards. But I am interested in playing the game.
Well, dude,
But I don't know.
you should take a look um at your local tournament scene. You might find some small card shops and some small game shops
Oh,
around.
there are a bunch. Yeah. But I am interested. Is it a Cool Stuff Inc. Luke?
No, no. Joe Goose for my own safety. I'll message you after and I'll tell you what exactly the shop is.
Oh, yeah. Don't dox yourself here.
Yeah, no. I'll hit you up after, buddy, and I'll let you know what the shop is called.
Thank you, Mr. Mind. Thank you. I have like a million things in my head. I keep forgetting the most random names.
Yeah, so I'm super excited. I'm gonna now that summer's like I said, I'm putting a lot of stuff out for summer, but now that summer is coming up, I might poke my head in maybe a Magic the Gathering night or two and take a look at what's going on there.
I tried Magic once in high school, but I didn't like it, so I never got into it. I played Yu-Gi-Oh, and I played. You remember the Versus game, the DC Marvel game
Yes. Yeah, I
from Upper
remember.
Deck?
Yeah.
A former friend, for some reason, decided to lend me his whole deck, and I don't even play it. I'm like, no, that's all right. You can play around with it or whatever. I'm like, okay. So like, almost 10 years later, it's here in my closet, and it's a full like one of those uh, big storage cases. Like I think it's bulletproof because it's so thick. And I open it, and it has hundreds and hundreds of cards of this game. I'm like, I don't know how to play it. I don't care. I just like to
Yeah.
look at the art because it's Marvel versus DC. But I have it. I have almost a full set here for some reason. I still do. So that's cool. That was a
That's
cool game.
cool. That's really cool, man. Yeah, no, I've been kind of jumping back to the card stuff. I've been getting the itch lately because there's a YouTuber I follow. His name's some call me Johnny. He's really cool. He did a retrospective on Yu-Gi-Oh, and Yu-Gi-Oh the card game, and in the United States is over 20 years old this year. We are getting old as shit.
Wow. Did you get the game for the Switch? The Yu-Gi-Oh Master Duel. It's a free game, and
I
it's
have it.
really
Is
it
it
looks
fun?
awesome. It looks really good.
That is a rabbit hole though I do not want to go down right now.
I can't get it now, but I promise, if not this week, maybe next week, I'll get it because it's under a lot of tubs and containers and crap. But if I'll get it and I'll show it off. Like not right now,
They
but
really want you to show that off, man.
it was a really fun game, and the idea that you could have fun in your head with like, yeah, I'm using Green Arrow and I'm fighting Hawkeye, and it has cool
Yeah.
art.
Did you ever?
That would not fly now because of the rights issues.
So when you were a kid, did you ever have the binders full of cards and stuff like that?
Yep. I still have. I lost almost all of my old Pokemon cards. I only have 2 mini binders, which I found recently are worth a lot of money for binders. They're like 60 to $100 each because they're retro vintage binders for Pokemon.
Yeah.
So they're all filled with the really rare ones and the holo cards, but all the regular normal trading cards, I lost them. But I still keep those 2 binders.
Oh, dude, as a kid, I had binders and binders full of cards. It was absolutely fucking ridiculous. And when the Gen 2 set of cards came out, it was a wrap. I had to get Feraligatr. I had to get Typhlosion. I had a bunch of those fucking. I had a shiny Lugia at one point. Oh my god, it was just ridiculous.
I want to. You're not helping my FOMO of getting Pokemon stuff because they're doing a really like based on Pokemon Go, the cell phone game. They're doing a set next July, and everybody's super anxious about it because it's going to have some rare cards and all that nonsense. and people are speculating it's going to sell out in like 5 minutes. So I don't know if I should throw myself into that world come July. So we'll see what happens. I have until July 1st to decide if I want to jump in.
Didn't they re-release the Gen 1 cards about 2 years ago? And it was fucking nuts.
I don't know. I know that every store now has them under lock and key with those plastic containers because man children going crazy fighting each other over cards.
The stupidest shit, to be honest with you. Yeah, because it was during the pandemic. Yeah, during the pandemic, Target originally would hold them in the store, and for whatever reason, these man children would show up and they'd get the call that they have cards in the store, and they would harass the employees, bother other people. And Target eventually just said, you know what? Fuck all y'all. We aren't doing them in store anymore. You got to order it online.
Oh, yeah. Raphael, you're saying anything Marvel versus DC is money. Now I'm actually wondering if it's actually worth anything versus TCG. TCG versus TCG? Is that how you say it? I don't know. Versus Marvel DC card game. Not a lot. I'm seeing a lot of $10 to $20. So maybe one day. But I do want to show that off. And maybe by the end of this stream, I'll pick up the Pokemon stuff and show you guys. It's around here somewhere. I'll find it later. So going back in topic with tonight's show, reads. What have you been reading recently? Because I know you read some books that you wanted to talk about.
So I read the first 2 issues of Jason Aaron's new Punisher series.
Nice.
The artist escapes my name, so I have to apologize. Gio, if you wouldn't mind, you could pull it up. But this was a series that I was kind of looking forward to because Jason Aaron, to my knowledge, hasn't written the Punisher since the Punisher Max days.
Is it? Sorry, is this it?
That's the one.
Okay. Whoop, there you go.
To my knowledge, Jason Aaron hasn't written the Punisher since his Punisher Max days, when he pretty much took over and continued the story after Garth Ennis, excuse me. There were a few writers in between him and Garth Ennis, but for all intents and purposes, you could skip all that and you could just jump right into Aaron's Punisher Max stuff. This was really, really good. This is really promising. From a concept standpoint, I really like what he's doing. Basically, what you have here is the Punisher is the leader of the Hand. He is the killer, the king of killers, and he has now taken over the Hand, and the Hand basically does his bidding. And he has them going out and killing who he feels is very much not a good person. There was a really big reveal at the end of the first issue that I thought, that's really cool from a concept standpoint and playing with what we know what the Hand can do. I'm all in on this. I think this has a lot of potential to be something really, really special. It seems like this will be a bit more of a slow burn though, in terms of what Jason Aaron might be planning out, what he's mapping out. So I'm super interested to see where this story goes.
Nice.
I can't really speak to what the big reveal is because it's actually really huge, and I thought it was really cool, and I don't want to ruin that for anybody.
Is this a book in any sort of controversy, or am I mistaken?
It's in controversy from a bunch of man children that they
Gotcha.
Yeah, so there is a purpose why he's wearing a new skull, because he's the leader of the Hand now.
Okay. Yeah.
So it fits within the character and stuff like that. But some of these idiots online started, oh my God, they're changing the Punisher skull because it's woke and all that. The same stupid shit.
Again, over fictional characters. Love it.
Yeah, over fictional characters. So, but within the context of the story, it's actually really cool. I dig the fact that he's the leader of the Hand. He's using a samurai sword now, which I don't recall the Punisher ever being a samurai sword using guy. He's usually a gun guy. They introduced a lot of cool stuff, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
I love it. Yeah, man. That's the right attitude.
So, but overall, yeah, I highly recommend you check this one out.
Did you like the art? I missed it if you talked about the art.
You know what? I did. I actually really did. He's got almost a computer. I don't know the right term for it, but it's almost a very heavily digital style for
Yeah.
the art in this book, and it works. I really like the art in this. Excuse me, I'm a little blah today.
Yeah.
I
Don't worry
really
about it.
I really like the art in this, and overall, I think once this is collected in a trade, I don't know how have they said if this is a limited series or is this an ongoing?
I think it's limited.
Okay,
I think.
so once this is all collected, I think this is definitely a must pick up. And if you know anything about Jason Aaron's work, Jason Aaron is arguably one of the most reliable writers that you can read right now in the Marvel pantheon of writers that they have at the moment. Um, let's not talk about his Avengers run. I haven't heard good things about that, but you know, I've heard mixed things. But the guy's solid. Jason Aaron's always a solid writer. He wrote Scalped, one of my favorite Vertigo titles. He wrote, arguably, like we mentioned earlier, the greatest modern day Thor run.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is definitely a pickup, guys. If you get a chance, once it hits, I know a lot of you out there are collected edition guys. So once it hits the shelves for a trade or a hardcover, recommend it.
Is this the art from the book for the first
Yeah.
issue? Okay. I like the skull. It looks like an Oni demon. It's cool.
It fits. The new design of the skull fits in with the concept of what he's doing, what he's becoming, and how it's playing into the overall story. So the man children out there that jump to conclusions like they usually do and put videos out for stupid clout can stop getting their panties in a bunch.
Yeah. Okay. Let me show one quick image here because I think it looks pretty badass.
Yeah.
Looking through Google here. Yeah. So
I
that's
love
pretty
the I love the redesign. I think it looks cool.
2003 me would identify the swords that he's wearing, but now I can't remember. I know what type of sword that is, but I can't remember the name.
Yeah.
The short sword. That fits for a Punisher, I guess. I mean, it's weird to see him with swords, but whatever. Little Japanese samurai ninja flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's doing the samurai thing where you have the long sword and the shorter one.
Yeah. Did you ever own a samurai sword? I think every teenager and every teenage guy goes through that same. Yeah, I want a badass samurai sword.
I wanted one, but no. Because then I wanted one, but then every sword you can find out there in a mall that's fake, not the real thing, and they want to tell you like, oh, it's authentic, $300. I'm like, no, if it's the real thing, it's gonna be a lot more than $300.
Yeah, I love the ones that they say, oh yeah, it's an authentic, medieval Japanese sword, and it says made in Cambodia.
Yeah, baby. Jeff, 54 in the chat and only 6 likes. Come on, guys, hit that like button. Thank you, Jeff. Guys, hit the like button. It really does help out the channel. Pushes the thing forward with the algorithm and all that nonsense. I know you guys hate to hear it from every single YouTuber, but it's reality. It's a fact.
Yeah.
Did you went into a Highlander phase? No, but I was super crazy when the first movie came out with the Princess of the Universe by Queen. That was my jam.
Do me a favor, Joe, real quick. Pull up a photo of the Highlander.
Hold up. First movie?
The trench, the trench coat. I'm about to show you something that once you see it, you won't be able to unsee it.
Is this it? Is it? Is this?
No. Trench coat.
Oh, trench coat.
Yeah.
Wait. My bad. My bad. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. I forgot about this. It's been a while, guys.
Okay. Pull up a photo of McGruff the crime dog.
Okay. There we go.
McGruff the crime dog is a Highlander.
I can see it.
There you go.
Just give him a sword,
Mm-hmm.
and you're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to remake the series? Do you know? The Highlander stuff?
I think
Are they going to do a reboot or something?
I think they've been trying for a few years now to get the Highlander stuff off the ground for a reboot. You want to know? I've never actually fucking seen the Highlander, or if I have, it's been so long I don't remember it.
Ooh, you got to watch that.
Is it really that good?
Hell yeah, son! One of the greatest action movies ever made, in my honest opinion. And the soundtrack, and it's so stupidly macho. It's awesome.
Okay, so I never owned a samurai sword, but can you highlight Tasty Melon's comment down below there?
Nunchucks?
Yeah, I never owned a samurai sword. I did, however, own a set of Kokobolo nunchucks as a kid. Yeah, yeah. And I took them to middle school with me all the time, and I'm surprised I never got suspended for them or anything like that. I'm surprised I never took them away from me. Let me tell you, I still have knots in the back of my head from trying to learn how to use them and cracking myself in the back of the head with them.
Oh wow,
that shit hurts, dude.
I got hit once with the Japanese bamboo sword thing from, you know, the one I'm talking about. What's the sport?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
A friend thought it'd be funny to hit me in the back with it. And since it's bamboo and it's tied with two strings, like it can pinch your flesh. Because as it hits, whoa, the camera just went psycho. Okay. As it hits, it like pinches the skin as you pull away. So it can tear you up if you're not careful with it. Right. And it really hurt. A kendo stick, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, doesn't Omar's wife, doesn't she practice with kendo sticks?
I don't know. Regular karate or something. Jiu-jitsu, something. I don't know.
I think she's a black belt in something. I forgot what it is.
Yeah, so kendo stick, not a fan of them. Pretty rough.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was the other book that you read?
Right. So the other book that I read, it's only 3 issues in. It's Jeff Lemire's new vampire title called Little Monsters. So far, there's really... So I love Jeff Lemire's work, typically. This is Jeff Lemire with art by Dustin. I believe his name is pronounced last name Nguyen? I can never get it right. This is the Ascender team.
Yeah.
This is the Ascender and the Descender team. So if you guys are really like them, you'll probably dig this. Centering around, this is the end of the world has already happened, and it's a group of kids that are vampires. So there's a bit of an element to Lost Boys to this, mixed with kind of a post-apocalyptic feel and stuff like that. And basically, one of the kids feels like, I'm bored. I've been living for hundreds and hundreds of years, and I'm kind of tired of it. I'm bored. I want something new. I want to discover something new. And eventually something ends up happening that shakes their belief in what is actually going on and what's been going on in their world. I'm, of course, always being super vague because I think you guys should read this and experience it yourself. This is great stuff, man. This is solid work always from Jeff Lemire. I think the only thing I will ding this on is that I feel like a lot of the character stuff is stuff I've already seen before in a million other vampire stories and a million other vampire books and movies and things like that. There's really not much, at least so far, there's really not much anything new to this because the whole concept of, well, I'm a vampire and I'm kind of tired of doing this was explored in True Blood. It's been explored million times over and all that other stuff. So, not saying it's bad, but I'm giving it time to kind of flesh out and develop more before I just be like, yeah, I kind of have dropped this and I'm not feeling it anymore. But this is good. This is definitely a good little pickup. If you're looking for something that, if you're looking for something in the vampire genre that is oversaturated, although I think vampires have been kind of not in the. Vampires are weird, man, because vampires every few years they kind of pop back up in pop culture.
Yeah.
And it's been probably since what, the Twilight years that we haven't really had.
Twilight was 2008, 9, something like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe what year was Twilight? 2008.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So
yeah, vampires suffered the same thing like with zombies,
yeah,
where it's just oversaturated, and a lot of people doing the same things over and over.
yeah. So I mean, this isn't breaking any new ground so far, but if you like Jeff Lemire's writing, and if you like Dustin Nguyen, I will never be able to.
NFL dude says it's pronounced Win.
Nguyen,
Or like Dustin Win.
Okay, we'll go with that. If you like his art, then I don't see any reason you shouldn't pick this up. Just know so far, three issues in, nothing too crazy.
Tasty Melon, What We Do in the Shadows. That's great.
I love What We Do in the Shadows.
Unfortunately, not a comic, but we'll take it. Let me take this. Yeah, Little Monsters sounds cool. I could see this getting a trade paperback soon and people digging it.
I could see this being a movie. Honestly, I
or
could
a movie.
doing something with this.
You know, a lot of image books lend themselves well to movies, in my opinion.
Yep. You know what? We haven't had in a really long time is a really, really good werewolf movie.
Yeah, the last one was based on a video game, if I remember correctly.
Yes, I saw that a few months ago, but it was more of a comedy.
The comedy, yeah. Although there was one that was more of a drama, and I've had it in my watch list for a long time, but I haven't yet. If I can remember it before the end of the show, I'll tell you guys.
American Werewolf in London, still the best one, with arguably still the best transformation.
My favorite two werewolf movies, or three, would be American Werewolf, obviously, London, Dog Soldiers, and The Howling.
Good choices.
The Howling just got a freaking 4K, guys. It's insane that movie has a 4K transfer.
You were never a fan of the Underworld series?
When they came out in theaters, yes, but on rewatch, I'm like, it's all right.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think, man. When we were teenagers, we're like, yo, this shit is badass.
That first movie with the werewolf fighting in the underground tunnel thing, the train or whatever, and the music and all the gothicness, I'm like, wow, this is so edgy. Love it.
And now I'm 33, and we watched it about last year, and I was like, this is not holding up really that well.
Furries ruined werewolves. I'll tell you what. I know it's not a werewolf; it's a wolf, but Beastars is one of my favorite anime and manga. So, and it does have some really gruesome kills in it. The manga, at least.
Doramo.
I won't have you talk shit on Underworld. I liked it when it came out, and I never finished that series. I only watched like the first 3 out of the 5, I think.
I've seen them all. I'm not proud to say that, but I've seen all the movies.
Nice.
Just like I've seen all 8 Resident Evil movies, or however many there are.
Michael Collins. Not necessarily, at least for me. It's my main hobby, but I do stuff outside of YouTube. And Lou does a lot of stuff out of YouTube. So it's more of a passion hobby for the two of us at this point.
It's just fun. It's just fun to do.
Yeah. It'd be great if it'd be a full-time thing because I would love to stream all day and chat with everybody. I really love live streaming. I don't know if you guys know that, but I'd love to talk. Uh, but yeah, got to get the views and the subs first.
Yeah.
Underworld over the Twilight Saga. Anything over the Twilight Saga. True graphic novel fan. Beastars, the anime, very disappointed. I like the story, but the animation I wasn't a fan of. I did pick up a couple books. I'm just going to show off two because we are already close to the end, and we haven't even done previews. Sorry, so I'll do that next. I picked up this Galaxy Next Door. It's a manga series. So it's a rom-com, but it has something that piqued my interest. I'm going to read the description here real quick. Ever since their father died, Ichido has struggled to support his two younger siblings on nothing but a small inheritance and his passion for drawing manga. But with all his responsibilities, it's becoming harder to keep up with deadlines after his last two assistants quit to follow their dreams. Just as he's nearing his breaking point, the beautiful and scarily competent Shiori applies to become his new assistant. But there's something almost otherworldly about Goshiki, or Shiori. And soon Kuga finds his reality turned upside down when she suddenly declares them engaged to marry. So yeah, it has cool art, and I love me a good rom-com and all that stuff. So I do want to check it out. A couple of the panels here, looking pretty cool. So I will be doing a video on it soonish. And I had to, even though I have the anime, I picked up all of the volumes in one go of Wave Listen to Me. It's a comedy. It's done by Hideaki Samura, the creator of Blade of the Immortal. Great art, but this one's totally different. If you've only read Blade of the Immortal, this is a comedy series about a working in radio. So the main character here, she something happens to her. She gets a drunken rant recorded by a radio executive, and they do a segment on crazy calls and crazy encounters and all that stuff. So they play that audio where she was just ranting about men and being dumped by a douchey ex-boyfriend and stuff like that. So she hears her voice on the radio, storms in demanding it to be taken down, but some hijinks ensue and she ends up working at the radio station. So I can relate finally about a manga about something that I know of because I work in the radio business. So I couldn't say no to it. I love the show. I love the anime. Right. I had to pick up the manga because it's Samura and I love his art. I mean, take a look at his fantastic character designs. They look so lifelike.
That's beautiful
compared to other manga.
Yeah, that's really beautiful stuff, man.
Yeah. So I wanted to pick that up. I did get some other stuff, but I'll highlight it at another time.
Did you? I mean, speaking of like, because you just brought back a core memory of mine. Did you ever hear Coast to Coast with Art Bell? There's got to be somebody in the chat that used to hear this.
I don't think so. Sorry.
So Coast to Coast with Art Bell, and
is that the paranormal stuff?
Yes, I promise.
Okay, then yes, I've heard it.
I promise we'll get to the list real quick. But for those of you in the chat, Coast to Coast with Art Bell was a show that at least here in Orlando, when I was a kid, I would put, I don't know why, but it'd be in the middle of the night and I wouldn't be able to sleep because I just don't sleep well even now. And I would put it on. It would probably be like something that would air from 2 to around 5 in the morning.
Oh, I can't
have. Yeah, he would have the weirdest phone calls from people saying they've seen aliens and these conspiracy theorists and stuff like that. And you could find recordings of it. There's a fascinating series of interviews with a priest called Malachi Martin, who worked for the Vatican for years, and he talks about the exorcisms. It was really weird shit.
I can't listen to that at like 4 a.m. Jesus, come on.
Yeah, it was, man. Art Bell passed away a few years ago, but man,
I know the name of it because he's been featured in documentaries and like History Channel alien shows.
Yeah,
but that was in California, right? That show.
I believe it was, which probably explains why it was on at 2 a.m. at my time.
I'm showing off the covers. There's only 8 volumes. The series is still ongoing. This one's my favorite, the Halloween themed episode with the witch hat. I'm a big fan of like oversized witch hats on characters. It's a really cool art design. Here's the latest volume, volume 8. Michael Collins, I'm so grateful that you believe in us. That's wonderful. I love it. I really do appreciate it, buddy. I think you all should consider making this a full time if possible. I know Omar made the jump not too long ago. I was just was thinking you all would be great, or have the Gio and Lou show. My 2 cents. Well, you can get it here because we're doing it now, and then Wednesday we're going to be back talking about more geeky stuff.
Yeah, I tried to make the jump years ago, but support wasn't there. So
I do have a gaming channel if you guys want to check that out, and I am going to be doing a podcast there eventually, soonish. As soon as summer gaming and E3 and all that, well, rest in peace E3, but you know what I mean. That convention season for video games start happening. I'm going to be making a podcast talking about reveals and whatever. You can check that out on my channel. Just go there and you'll find it. The bottom of the playlist on the channel. Previews. Let's do previews before we get some dislikes of angry collected editions nerds like us. We're all nerds. Let's do Lunar with the DC Comics. The first one here that I want to highlight is Batman the Knight Compendium Edition from our good friend of the channel, Chip Zdarsky, and Carmine Di Giandomenico, containing Batman the Knight 1 through 3. Have you read this?
Nope, have not read this.
Zdarsky writing Batman. That's interesting. Although, I mean, he killed it on freaking Daredevil, so it's not too far off.
No, it's not. And Gabe and I were talking about this last night, how it's pretty crazy. The guy that was kind of so this is going to sound meaner than what it is, but kind of like a joke in the industry, because he put himself out there like that. He was always known as the funny guy, is now writing some of the best comics.
Yep. And doing Sex Criminals, right?
I think that's done.
Or he was doing at the time when he burst into the scene. So you got that sort of stigma around you. Sex Criminals, you're a funny guy. Now, like you said, writing top-notch quality series for A-lister characters. That's awesome. Single issues galore, a lot of Batman stuff. This is awesome. I do want to check this out. Batman versus Bigby, Wolf in Gotham. This is one of the crossovers that I thought we would never see, but it's here. The first 6 issue series, sorry. The Dark Knight crosses over with the world of Fables. So you get the trade paperback of that. This is outside of the canon of Fables and DC Comics, so you can just enjoy it for what it is. But I'm interested. Bigby is one of my favorite characters. I'll check that out. Next up, we're getting a DC poster portfolio of Frank Quietly. Chat, are you guys huge fans of Frank Quietly art? Because I know it can be divisive.
I love his art, and I know it's not for everybody.
Exactly. I'm okay with it. I'm not a super huge fan, but I dig it. It's fairly unique. I'll say that. Then, are there more DC books here? Nope. Oh, this is something that you guys got to check out. Wonderful series. Jonah and the Impossible Monsters, Volume 2, trade paperback. Really do recommend checking that out. Wonderful series.
Yep, great stuff.
Justice League hardcover Volume 1, Prisms from Bendis and David Marquez. Collecting Justice League 59 through 63 of that. And even if it's a single edition, I got to point this out. The Jurassic League is finally coming out. I will try and read this issue, and we'll talk about it later, because it's so silly that I have to check it out. Daniel Warren Johnson, hell yeah.
Now hold on. I was gonna write this off until I saw who the writer of this is, and this just immediately jumped to my must-read
Yeah,
list.
yeah, you got to check it out. He's been posting on, or for a while back, he posted some screen images of the comic or whatever, previews, and it looks so much fun.
Yeah.
The
For
whole Justice League, dinosaurs, I'm in.
For those of you out there that are immediately just gonna brush this off, it's Daniel Warren Johnson. I would still check this out.
Yeah, he's not drawing it, but he's writing it, and he's made some amazing work in the past. So I'm excited. Here's the regular cover. Look at this. Look at how insane this is.
I am dying for his wrestling book that he's going to put out later this year. I can't wait. Yeah. The guy is a huge wrestling fan. So whenever he puts out that book sometime later this year, that's going to be jumping up to my to-read pile.
Arts in Space. Superman. Oh, there's single issues, more single issues, and yeah, pretty light week for DC, but still some cool stuff. Just to recap real quick, you got the Justice League hardcover volume 1 from Bendis. You got not DC, this is Omnibros, but still get it. Jonah and the Impossible Monsters volume 2.
Yep.
Batman versus Bigby Wolf, the DC poster portfolio, and the Batman the Knight Compendium edition. From the other publishers, we got Carmen hardcover from Image. This is a book that I'm interested in. I don't know what this is, but I love the covers for this series ever since it came out. I've always wanted to check it out, and now that it has a hardcover, I'm interested in it. From Gilliam March. So if you guys have read that series and you recommend it, let me know in the comment section or in the chat if you're now watching live. King of Spies from Mark Millar and Matteo Scalera. That's an awesome lineup. I love Scalera's art. It's awesome.
That's a really interesting lineup. I would not picture those two working together.
The world's greatest secret agent has 6 months to live. Does he die quietly in a hospital bed, or does he make up for a lifetime of bad decisions? He's been propping up an unfair system for over 40 years. Now he knows where all the bodies are buried and has nothing to lose when he turns his gun on everyone who ever made a buck creating the mess we're in right now. Blah, 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 blah. Cool. Spawn Record Breaker, trade paperback. Dark Horse. Now, this I can safely recommend. This is awesome. Here's Gantz Omnibus Volume 9 coming out. Love Gantz. Super action-packed sci-fi apocalyptic story. IDW got the Mike Mignola Hellboy in Hell and Other Stories Artisan Edition. That's going to look amazing in that format.
Yeah.
And only $40. That's great.
That's wow.
Marvel has a couple Omnis, or just, well, 2 Omnis, sorry, 3. Avengers Epic Collection Operation Galactic Storm new printing. Hawkeye Kate Bishop trade paperback. A Marvelverse book for Jane Foster, Mighty Thor. These are kid-sized, perfect for kids. And an omnibus a lot of people are excited for, Moon Knight Volume 2 hardcover. Get the Alex Ross cover or the Miller DM variant.
You know, I love Alex Ross, but I get the Miller one on this one.
Oh, hell yeah. Same here. She-Hulk Epic Collection, Breaking the Fourth Wall. And although this already came out, but Star Wars by Jason Aaron Omnibus hardcover, the regular cover being reprinted, if I remember correctly. Because it had new covers.
Yeah, I remember Cassidy did what, 3 issues before that was the end of his run on the book or something like that?
Yeah. You remember when the Conan cover came out and everybody hated it? Good times.
Poor Cassidy, man.
The other section, Bigfoot Frankenstein, Colossus of Destiny. I don't know what that is, but that sounds awesome. Campisi Dragon Incident from Aftershock. Again, this sounds awesome. This dragon reminds me of Rodan from the Toho kaiju movies. Manga. I know a lot of you like Death Note. You can get this, the Death Note short stories. It's going to be an IST for cheap. All the one-shots and extra stories that did not fit in the main Death Note story, you can get it here. Sort of like a compendium.
Does this collect the story that they did with the Mango Mussolini?
Yes, and with the former president.
Okay.
He's also in it.
That's I was referring to that.
Yeah. If you like Shuzoshimi, Devil Ecstasy is good, but be aware it's super not safe for work. The topic revolves around sex. Just saying. Dragon Quest, Dune, Tales from, I'm gonna butcher this, Arrakeen. Is that how you pronounce it?
Arakan.
Arrakeen.
I think that's Arakan. Arakan. Yeah, there you go.
I reckon it's Arakan. Yeah. Fleetway, Picture Library Classics, Rick Random, Fortunino Matania, Portfolio, from Valiant, Harbinger trade paperback, book 1. They're making a Harbinger movie. They're still trying to make that happen.
You want to know something? I think I heard that they're making another. What's his name? The Vindy's Bloodshot. Another Bloodshot writer.
Wow. Yes, please. Thank you. That's the right decision. I tried watching that. I couldn't. I stopped like 30 minutes in. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I don't like this.
Yeah.
In between, I'm still debating if I want to pick this up just for the hell of it, because I told this in the manga stream. Smut books do well in views. So I thought, what if I get this and make a video and people watch it? It'd be great for the channel. So I'm still debating if I throw away harder cash for this smut manga. We'll see.
Looks fun.
It's vampires, but it's a spicy vampire story.
Okay.
But let's face it, if you know anything about vampires, there's a sexual element to it, so it's not surprising at all.
Oh, absolutely. Even some of the going back as far as like the anime stuff, there's always been a bit of a sexual element to it.
Miss Butterworth and the Mad Baron.
Mrs. Butterworth? The pancake syrup lady?
I don't know. Julia Quinn, Miss Butterworth and the Mad Baron. Okay. Nuft and the Last Dragon, Oates and Elfine. Sorry.
Elfine.
Humanoids. Thank you. Pokemon, Persona, Pre-Code Classics. More manga. Hey, Sailor Moon, if you guys want to get a classic manga series, they're coming out with affordable, tiny editions of Sailor Moon, because the previous ones were expensive and oversized. Seven Deadly Sins Omnibus, Silver Age Classic, Ghostly Tales Slipcase, Shadow Man by Delano and Adlard. Cool. Valiant. Silver Age Classics, Mysteries of the Unexplored World, Spaceman, Ghostly Tale, Spaceman Slipcase, Spaceman Softy Edition, Volume 2. Solo Leveling, that's a manhwa or a Korean comic. Stainless Steel Rat Deluxe trade paperback from Rebellion 2000 AD. Yeah, that's happening in that one. I think I should censor that right there. Three Stooges. Yeah. Train 8, Zombie Express. It's a lot of stuff coming out, guys. Jesus. Walt Disney Film Archives Animated Movies 1921 to 1968. Hardcover. No, that's a manga. Work Like Any Other. Hardcover. Winter Ember. Yeah, that's about it. So, again, I do apologize. I don't have the discounted books this week. If I do get that information before books come out on IST tomorrow, I'll post it in the comment section, but I don't have that. But if I were to bet, I would think it'd be the Marvel and DC stuff that would be discounted for the deals of the week. So be on the lookout for that. Pretty sure one of the Omnis is going to be discounted. Just saying. A little bit. So, yeah. There you go.
Pretty solid week overall. Not a terrible week. There's still some gems in there to pick up, but not one of the better weeks either.
It's nice on the wallet. I'll just say that much. Because remember like a month ago when the apocalypse happened and it had like 7 different Omnis from Marvel at the same time?
Yeah. Pick of the week for me, Daniel Warren Johnson's book.
Oh, the Jurassic?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's my pick of the week.
Speaking of books and picks of the week, you got to head out to our sponsor. That's, of course, In Stock Trades to get all your collected editions, whether it be an omnibus, a trade paperback, a manga, epics, slipcases, hardcovers, complete collections, any sort of collected edition. You find it at instocktrades.com, up to 50% off. If you buy week to week, you get a loyalty discount. You add that 2% off to your order. If it's $50 or more, you get free shipping, fantastic customer service, and wonderful packaging at In Stock Trades, the official sponsor of Omnibros Live here on the Omnibus Collectors Network. So go check them out, guys. Yeah. So I think we are about to wrap it up. I got like 2 more minutes in me. So if you guys want to ask us anything, go for it.
Ooh, Death Note. Somebody brought up Death Note in the chat. I really love the first 3/4 of Death Note, and then it just goes way too long for me.
Death Note, yes. I like it all the way to the end, but I do agree. It went a little bit too long, and the second half of the story isn't as engaging or exciting as the first half, which was masterfully done. A perfect cat and mouse game.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, no, all that you just said, that huge chunk, them going back and forth where you think Light has got this guy and then this guy, the pacing is so good on that stuff, and he lays it out well enough that it keeps you wanting to come back and seeing what happens next.
Oh yeah.
It's good stuff.
Spicy vampire story. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, if I should get the damn book or not. Do I need to waste $13 of my money, of my budget, for that spicy book? I don't know. Then again, the character kind of reminds me of Morrigan from Darkstalkers, so maybe that's why I'm inclined to get it. We'll see.
Do you have a spicy vampire story in your collection?
I have a lot of spicy books in my collection that I can't mention or talk about in this stream. I don't want to get canceled by people. I'm joking. No, but I do have some not safe for work stuff. Yeah. It's mostly tame, but it does have like NSFW humor, maybe a little butt cheek here and there or boobage action, but nothing too graphic or any of that.
It happens.
The Sailor Moon Eternal editions are nice. They seem to be evergreen, so you can pick them up slowly since they don't seem to be going anywhere. Yeah, that series, it's one of those classics when it comes to manga, so I don't see it going out of print for too long. I think it'll stay evergreen, like Edman said. But if you don't have the budget for it, the smaller editions can fit in your shelf, and they're like $10. Whereas the Eternals are 20-something because they're pretty big. They're taller than a regular Viz signature, if I remember correctly.
You know, I have never seen an episode of Sailor Moon.
I have the full complete series on Blu-ray. Highly recommend it. There's a lot of filler to it, but it's a classic for a reason.
Yeah, I've never seen it because it would air. I was a kid when it was airing, and you're like, I'm gonna watch Dragon Ball because Dragon Ball is like the really cool like guy, like boy show to watch. And then,
dudes fighting.
yeah,
Yeah.
Sailor Moon would come on. And I'm like, that's a girl show. I'm not gonna
That's a
watch
girl show. We don't watch girl shows.
that. I was in 4th grade, so
I fell into that from kids at school that would say, like, you got to watch Dragon Ball Z. And they would have trivia fights at school, which I thought was stupid. Because they would ask me, like, what's the power level Krillin versus somebody? And I'm like, dude, I don't know, like 100 million? Like, shut up. You don't know shit. I'm like, okay. I don't care about that stuff. And they hammered in, like, you can't watch Sailor Moon because that's a girl show. But it's a fantastic show. One of the best anime of all time, in my honest opinion. I highly recommend it. Don't watch Crystal, though. I thought that was poorly adapting the manga. The original, it has a lot of filler, but it's still worth it, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, it was Dragon Ball and Yu Yu Hakusho for me.
A friend of mine, actually, no, screw that guy. Former friend. A lot of bad stuff happened. I can't go into it now. We're like almost done.
Yeah.
I loved Yu Yu Hakusho way more. I've never, like, I liked DBZ growing up, but it was never like this is the best thing ever. Like, yeah, it was cool, but then I saw other stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I don't like it as much. I like the other stuff. Yu Yu Hakusho was that show for me. I love that series, and I think I like it better. So I would tell him, and he'd like, yeah, you don't know anything. DBZ all the way. Yu Yu Hakusho is just a pretender. I'm like, okay, dude, whatever. But I think, I prefer Yu Yu Hakusho over Dragon Ball. That's just me.
And the funny thing is, this is nothing against DBZ because it was I watched Super and it was fun. It's fun for what it is. But I think if you look back, like people that really love anime will prefer Yu Yu Hakusho over Dragon Ball in terms of storytelling and pacing. Dude, I lost my fucking mind when Hiei broke out the Black Dragon arm. I can't remember because it's been so long since I watched it.
Hiei?
Yeah, when he had the Black Dragon arm. Oh my god! And then he reveals the third eye.
Darkness, dragon, eternal darkness, flame, dragon,
Something
flame
like
thingamajig or whatever.
And he reveals the third eye, and I was like, oh my god! As a kid, I flipped my shit.
Yeah. Gundam, Wings, Samurai X. Oh, dude, we can do a whole freaking show on these things. We'll save it for Wednesday.
Yeah, we could.
James is picking up Adventure of Dai. Damn right, you better pick that up. That's one of the best shonen manga of all time. I love that. That's a statement. You can quote me on that. Dragon Quest Adventures of Dai. I recommend anybody pick it up. It's awesome. Sailor Moon would wreck Goku the way Thanos got his ass handed to him by Wanda in Endgame. I fully agree. Usagi, she's amazing. I love that character. Very enjoyable show to me. Yeah. So what we learned tonight is that I need to get the Versus card game to show you guys. Sailor Moon would beat Goku. You guys need to pick up Moon Knight and the Jurassic book from Daniel Warren Johnson. Mm-hmm. And what else did we learn? That you drove 4 hours out of love and commitment from Orlando to Miami. See, we went on a journey here, folks. We learned a lot of stuff tonight.
And Trigun needs to have a Blu-ray release eventually.
It does need to have a freaking Blu-ray already. I think it has one in Japan, but not North America. Yeah. So that's it. That's all we got. I'm already tired. I need to drink some water because it's been a full hour of me talking with you guys. And, of course, joined by Comics Guide here. That's it. We'll be back Wednesday with Media Night and some comic news and TV and movies and all that fun stuff. And then Thursday, manga show with Riley, the Omnibus Collector. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Stay safe. God bless. I've been Geo here, petitioning for an Inhumans Omnibus. And I'm joined by Comics Guide. Where can people find you on the internet?
Comics Guide 101 on Twitter. And Comics Guide 101 on YouTube, where you can find me on Twitter rambling all about Kendrick Lamar and all the crazy stuff in the last 24 hours. Jesus.
Nice. That's it. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you guys on the next stream. And buy some books.